Beautiful, huh? Hi everyone, it's Angela Allen with the Handmade Homestead. Every year we end up with more tomatoes than we can consume for fresh eating. I usually plant between 26 and 40 plants. Depends on how much other garden space I have left over. I do stick them in here and there, and I always have volunteer plants that I let come up just because I want to see what they'll do. But as you can see, and as you gardeners all know, they come in at different times, different ripeness. They start to blush, and I take them so the birds won't damage them, that kind of thing. But they all ripen at different times, different kinds of tomatoes. So what I do, since only my husband and I eat tomatoes in our household, I always keep a basket of ripe ones or almost ripe ones for us to eat fresh and to cook with during the week. But every few days I take all of the really ripe ones and they go into a big freezer bag. This is a 1 gallon food saver bag. I like them because they're really tough. In the past I've used gallon size Ziploc freezer bags, those zippy ones, but they sometimes break and they almost always open at the top because I do overfill them with tomatoes. These go in the freezer, these great big bags. And then when I have time, and I have a few, and to be honest, this time of year, it's not usually until the fall that I have time, I'll pop them into a big roaster pan, cook them down, and either make stewed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, or tomato sauce or pasta sauce, can that, and put it on my shelves, and that's what I use for tomato products. These will freeze really well. When I defrost them, the skins will just slip off. I don't bother taking the seeds out, and I don't bother doing anything but cooking out the liquid. If there's way too much, I will skim some of that off and we'll drink it as tomato juice just to thicken the sauce faster. But as far as the seeds go, the cores go, I leave them in. I just run my stick blender through the big pot of sauce as I'm processing it and, as I'm cooking it down before I put it in cans. And then I get thicker sauce with more flavor and more nutrition. So I'm fine with that. But as I said, the skins, once these are frozen and then defrosted to make into sauce, these skins will just slip right off. You just squeeze them and out will pop the tomato right into my roasting pan, and I'm good to go. So that works really well for me. None of them go to waste. I don't have to worry about spoiled tomatoes, fruit flies in my kitchen, or throwing away perfectly usable tomatoes because we can't eat them fast enough. And I grow about 11, 12, 13 varieties of tomatoes. Depends on, the tomato depends on how it looks. Some of them, like these Cherokee purples, they do have a little bit of a green shoulder on them. Same thing with pineapple tomatoes. They have this really pretty kind of green striping through them that stays there. So my sauce color always varies. I don't care about that. It's a natural product. These are Berry's Crazy Cherries, I believe, or Rapunzel. These might be Rapunzel, but the newer cherry tomatoes that grow in bracts of 100 tomatoes or more are really fun. And these little orange ones, they don't have as much acid. So when I do can, I do always add a little bit of citric acid or a little bit of lemon juice to each quart, just to make sure that the acid level is safe for canning. Because again, modern tomatoes don't have as much acid as the old-fashioned ones used to have. I do grow heirlooms over hybrids, but still, just for safety, I add citric acid. Works great for my family. Give it a try. Let me know what you think, or if you have another method that you prefer that works for you, put it down below. I would love to hear it. The Handmade Homestead can be found on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and we look forward to seeing you there. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps so much, and we appreciate your time.